the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, is talking candidly today about Operation Midway Blitz, the government shutdown, and also the impacts that they had on his office. In an exclusive sit-down with CBS News Chicago investigator Megan DeMar, U.S. Attorney Andrew Boutros described the extraordinary pressure on his staff. Megan.
Right, Marie. U.S. Attorney Andrew Boutros told me unprecedented was the best way to describe his first few months on the job, navigating Operation Midway Blitz, the largest ever enforcement surge in Chicago's history, amid what was the longest government shutdown in U.S. history.
There were hundreds and probably hundreds of thousands of peaceful protesters throughout that 60-day period. We only arrested and prosecuted a small portion of it, and those are when the flagrant foul had to be called.
U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, Andrew Boutros, told me they're still working through the tail end of Operation Midway Blitz cases. But at its peak, a skeleton crew handled double-digit arrest numbers 7 days a week, with charging decisions that could pivot instantly as the evidence changed.
We were making decisions sometimes at 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning, at midnight. And when new evidence would come forward, and new video would come forward, and new things would come forward, there are plenty of cases which we initially charged, which we decided no longer to pursue.
And for the majority of that time, they worked without pay, his office still waiting for their first paycheck since the shutdown. The fencing still in place around Dirksen serves as a reminder of the political tension over many of the cases and the decisions handed down by federal judges. But there's been criticism that some of them are, activist judges, or they're making a point. Boutros says he's always had respect for the judicial process.
How the judges handle those cases once we file them, we leave that up to the courts. We respect the court system and the rule of law.
Despite the distraction, he's also proud of his office's unprecedented nearly 300% increase in federal firearms indictments brought under what's being dubbed Project Safe Neighborhoods. One example, this case from South Shore. Federal prosecutors charge Fabian Shipman with shooting 2 people, killing one of them in an alley on September 25th. Charging documents say he was a convicted felon in possession of a gun. Boutros also declared the entire L system as part of the downtown Project Safe Neighborhood Zone, which brings more federal resources to keep riders safe.
Not only had never been done before in Chicago, had never been done before anywhere else in America. So we were going to be the first ones to do it in a model.
And U.S. Attorney Boutros said when he took office, they were down about 50 prosecutors. He's already made some big hires and hopes to get another 30 people on staff in the next few months. And Marie, timing is crucial, as we know the current bill to fund the government runs through January 30th.
Yeah, what timing? Megan DeMar in our newsroom for us. Thank you, Megan.